Hello and welcome to another version of Yoga for Everyday Endurance Athletes. This is the less than 15-minute version. Today we're going to be doing some crescent lunge and some torso work, trying to build some strength in our torsos and in our hips. We're going to start by coming into just a child's pose to get our breath ready. So your knees are as wide as the mat, your big toes are together, sink your butt back towards the mat, extend your hands, and then the breath work is simply inhaling into your belly so you can feel it on your thighs, and that's why we do this. You can feel your belly expanding on your thighs, and then let it out. Breathe in through your nose, and exhale. Good. Curl your toes back under. Come into a downward dog. We'll just spend here a moment here. And we'll come into some sun salutations. Let's inhale. Look to the top of the mat. Walk your feet forward on the exhale into a forward fold. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Bring your arms overhead as you inhale. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Let your torso come down into a forward fold. We'll inhale into a half lift. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Bring your right foot back into a lunge. And we're just going to hold this for a moment. Inhale, bring your hands up, your hips up. Exhale, bring your hips down. Good. Inhale, bring your left leg back and come into a downward dog. All right. Inhale. As you exhale, step forward with your left, then your right. Come into your forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And then all the way down into a forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. This time bring your left leg back into a lunge. Inhale with your hips up. Exhale down. Good. Inhale, bring your right foot back into a downward dog. And our next two will be simply holding a plank for a moment. Let's inhale. And exhale, bring your right foot forward, and then your left into a forward fold. Then inhale into a half lift. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, let the air out as you come down to a forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk your feet back into a plank. One more breath. And exhale back into a downward dog. Good. Inhale. As you exhale, walk your feet forward into a forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Walk your feet back to a plank. I don't know why I just said it that way, but that you're just trying to extend it and make it just a little bit longer. Inhale, come back on the exhale to a downward dog. Inhale, come up a little bit on your tiptoes. Exhale, come down. Push your heels back. Good. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale and walk your feet forward into a forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, but this time bring your hands to heart center. Bring your hands down on the exhale to heart center. Hands down. Find your breath into your belly. Good. Inhale. Step back with your right foot into a crescent lunge. Now, crescent lunge, I'm going to face the camera. Your feet should be a little bit wider and they're both straight. So if we were in a warrior one, we would be here. We are in a crescent lunge. So this is a high lunge. All right, so arms are up. If this is too much, you can have your hands at your shoulders, hands at your side. All right, so inhale and then exhale. You're leaning back, pushing your back heel into the mat. Whoa. And that's what happens. It's normal. Especially when you try to look up. All right, now we're going to do an opposite twist, a reverse twist. So I'm going to, my left leg is forward, so my right hand is going to come forward. My left is going to come to the back, and I'm going to turn sideways. So the inhale is to relax, the exhale is to rotate. So I'm still on the exhale, trying to push my back heel into the mat. So when you're doing these, you can obviously follow along to what we're doing, or you can do this for a longer period. There's a lot of work being done on your left glute and your left thigh, as well as in your right. So this is great strength work happening. Good. Now, I'm going to come back. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my feet. So now my right foot is forward and my left is back. I just changed position, and you're welcome to do that as well. No big fancy transitions here. Now my right foot is forward, left is back into a crescent lunge, and I'm trying to bend backwards. Inhale up, exhale, letting it come back. All right, a couple more breaths here. Just trying to inhale, let your torso come forward, and exhale, reach back. Push your back heel. All right, now I'm going to do my twist. I'm going to inhale, since my right foot is forward, my left arm is going to come forward, and I'm going to reach my right back. So now I'm looking at my bicycles. My wife might say that I'm looking adoringly at my bicycles. Maybe I am. But I cannot be strong on the bicycle if I don't do stuff like this. Couple more. And then we're going to come into the fun part of today. All right, here we go. Inhale, come back. Have both feet rolling forward, and we'll come into a wide stance forward fold. This is not the fun part. What's coming next is the good part. This is just relaxing, transitioning, relieving some of the stress that we just built up. All right, now let's roll up. Bring your feet to the front of the mat, and we're going to do an eagle. Well, somewhat similar to an eagle. Weights on my left foot. We'll start there. Going to start with just on my tiptoes of my right. I'm going to cross over. All right. So now my tiptoes on my right are still there. I'm going to have my arms outstretched. My left arm. I'm going to try to keep my left elbow and my right knee close together. All right. So, nope, I did that backwards. Right knee, right elbow. So I'm going to come in and taking my arms, cross them at the elbow, and now trying to get my hands together. So my right elbow and right knee are together. Now, you can stay here. You can try to lift your foot off the ground and just hold it and come out of it and come back into it. And you can try to sit down. Okay, lift your elbows up as high as you can. So this is a great balance pose. There's also a lot of work being done in your core. So I'm kind of looking through my hands at a spot on the garage studio floor. And just hold this as long as you can. And roll out of it. Whew. And then walk out your legs a little bit because there's a lot of stress that gets built up in that leg. All right. Cross over, weights on my right leg. Now my left arm is down, right arm is up. I'm going to bring my hands together like this. Elbows up as high as they will go. And this is feeling harder on this side. I'm going to sit down. And I'm going to come as low as I can. Again, I'm finding a spot to stare at on the floor. Breathe into my belly. And come out of it before I fall out of it. All right. Bring your hands to your side. Bring them all the way up. Hands together. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Bring your hands to your side. Find your breathing into your belly. Thanks for joining us today. If you have questions about yoga, please go to simpleendurancecoaching.com/yoga. Set up a virtual coffee. We can talk about your training, your strength training, and your yoga. Learn more about how they all work together to give you the best possible chance at good performance. Thanks for joining us. Take care. We'll see you soon.